You are now tuning into Out the Box Radio Show. Entertainment at its best. Hot topics, games, and unforgettable interviews. Welcome to the show.
Can't go wrong, but it's the content.
Hey,
Are we here?
we're here.
We are all, look at us, all of us on our phones. We don't even know
We're here.
we don't realize we started, y'all. We went live and we just on our phones. And we still
just
on our
kicking
phones.
it. We just
Yes, what were y'all talking about?
Happy
I'm
Thursday.
lost. Happy Thursday.
It's
Friday Eve.
Friday, yes, Friday Eve.
yes, Friday Eve. Yes.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well,
You know, a drink would be pretty lovely.
Oh yes,
I
it
think
would.
we all need some damn something because it feels like it's Friday now and I need something.
It's with the day I
tell me.
Janae always has a day. Let me tell you.
always have that. I had one of my supervisors. Okay.
They like it.
Okay. One of my supervisors showed me a video of some crazy things that was going on site. And I'm like,
Somebody dick up their ass.
Like what you said before?
no, it's
Crazier than that?
not crazier, but along the same lines of crazy. So
Ready for that happen.
yeah. So I have to. That's not nice. I don't like having to have those. They were at work, so I have to terminate them, and I don't like doing terminations.
Gone.
You shouldn't even did all that.
Huh?
You should have did all that.
Shouldn't have did all what?
Fired him.
Well, I haven't yet. I just got the information today.
I hope he ain't watching. I hope he ain't
So,
watching.
who else
I
is going to
guess
do
so,
it?
damn.
This ain't no
If
HIPAA.
he
This
is
ain't no
watching,
HIPAA.
I'm the only
I feel
one.
bad for
Wait,
him.
this ain't no HIPAA violation. We don't want you in trouble. You can't.
No, I'm not saying any names. I didn't tell you the scenario.
Some guy,
You work, right?
You
some
don't know
guy,
anything.
security getting fired tomorrow. Just like,
Make sure you good. Want to protect you.
sorry, there's a fly in here. Just
Call them.
yeah, can we call him on live air and say you're fired?
No.
We can all do it collectively. I would like to be a part of that. It would give me
So-
gratitude and relief to say you're fired to somebody.
But that was just one of the crazy things that was going on today. But I don't like. That's one aspect of my job that I just do not like.
Well, you know, the good thing about here is we get away from all of that.
True.
And we get a chance to open up and
I do.
debrief from the day, right?
Musa.
Woosah moments. Well, thank you all for tuning in again. A wonderful Thursday, almost Friday. I cannot wait for this weekend just because it's been a long week. Now, we have two
Yes.
returning guests who are actually good friends of ours at the show, entertainers in the DMV, top of the league. We have...
Brother Calvin in the building.
I was just watching, yes.
www.calvinthespecialist.com. Holla at me.
And then on this end,
Sharrie McCain.
Sharrie.
Return. I'm so happy to
Returning. This is
return.
like your fourth time here, I feel
I
like.
think
At
you're
least.
fourth too. I think
Yeah, I've
love
been
this
here
show.
for a
I
while.
love this show.
I'm
You know,
glad you
She's
love
not
this
lying.
show.
We always see her pop up on our notifications when we go
Yes.
live. So Sharrie is always tuning in, so we love
That's
her
the
for
truth.
that.
it'll be some good topics. Good topics.
It is the truth.
Well, we're not holding back today either. So we actually do have some good topics that we want to discuss collectively as a group.
my lord.
Absolutely. We have some in entertainment. We have some that are more diving into like what we all do as well. And then we're going to get into some updates from both of you. Actually, Sharrie and Calvin both have a few things going on that we definitely want to discuss and give some updates to you all who are tuning in right now on RadioOnFire.com or the Facebook page. Jonah, I'm going to kick it over to you because I know we have a few to discuss.
So apparently nobody really knew that Miley Cyrus was married.
Yeah.
Now is
I just
he
found out.
Thor?
I knew she was married.
Is he
Did
Thor?
you? Yeah.
Or is it the brother that's Thor?
I thought Thor
the
was
brother
already
is
married.
Thor.
The brother is Thor.
Oh, okay.
He
Right.
the one she married. He be in romance movies.
Oh, okay.
Liam, or whatever his name Liam.
What is it?
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Yeah.
His brother is Thor.
His brother is Thor.
Brother is
Right.
Thor.
Poor Liam.
But he fine
wishes.
too. Liam is fine. I didn't. To me, from the start, they didn't look like they didn't look like they went together. Like they just
I
looked
just found
different.
out last week that they were even
A
at
lot
one
of them
time a
don't
thing.
look like they go together. A lot of these celebrity couples.
That's true.
You know what? Real couples too. If we
Well, let's be
matter of
honest.
fact, you be like,
let's be real.
how did
Some people you just question.
you be like, what mathematical equation? Because I can't solve it.
Well, you know, I mean, that's sad. Anytime anybody breaks up, it's a sad occasion. And they were together for a while.
How long they been together for?
They were dating for a while. They
And I
were.
just found out last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went through her spitting stages, twerking stages.
What?
Yeah, he went through all of
there.
that.
He was there for that?
Oh,
Yeah,
he was ride or die, huh?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
He just got tired.
That's why I thought. Well, apparently that's why I thought she
You
had
think
nobody.
that's
She's
what
a
it
freak.
was? He was tired, or did somebody get caught cheating?
Oh wait, you talking the last one that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think when they got married, I think that's what they started living together and they started realizing more
Yeah.
stuff about each other. Cause
I mean, that's what TMZ reported.
And he's English,
That's that,
right? Isn't he English?
Yeah, he's more reserved. Miley more like
She out there, child.
out there.
She's all the way out the
Yeah.
box. Like so far, she's not even near anything. She can't even put back
Was she
in.
ever in the box?
No,
is the question.
She sure wasn't. She was dropped on her damn head, poor thing. She got some
Hannah
issues.
Montana, but
She
yeah.
got issues. But you know, they were trying to blame it. Well, this is according to TMZ, but they were trying to blame it. Sources, allegedly.
Sources.
Sources. We know how that goes, as Wendy will always say. Allegedly. So we have Liam and we have Miley, but why did they break up? Who knows? But they have sources on her side saying one thing and then sources on his side saying another.
Of course.
So like you were saying, on his side, they were saying there was causes of like infidelity. Well, I mean, if you look at her, I mean, maybe with women, obviously, she's okay with that because clearly she has issues with her sexuality. If you don't know what you want, then damn, get out of our field, please. She's taking up space. And then on her side, her reason is he's just constantly been drinking and doing drugs.
Oh, he has? Oh my
And-
goodness, no,
well,
Liam.
who knows if that's true though?
But you know,
They be trying to
Hollywood will
trash
do it
each other
to you.
names
Trying to-
when they break up.
We
Yeah,
don't know
they
if that's
be-
true
yeah,
or
they
not.
trying
I
to
mean,
trash.
he could be.
On the flip side of that, I know everybody at this table is interested in knowing what Hollywood is like. You hear like stories and everything, and I have a couple of like I have this one friend. He's on the music side of the entertainment business, but he's
Right.
in there. Like he's in there, and he tells me all the time, like, Jonelle, you be so surprised. Like the stuff that you hear about, it doesn't even scratch the surface.
No.
Like Hollywood is weird. So
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure, like
Population of
Liam. I
freaks.
mean, I hope this is not the truth, but I mean, it's not far off. The drugs and the,
Well,
you know, they get depressed when they don't get booked. I don't even know when's the last thing he was in.
Nothing. I mean, a long time.
Miley. At least you caught that.
So I
last
mean,
thing.
I don't know. He might be depressed.
I mean,
We
all got
he
issues, but-
he really did love her, but it's just Miley right now still going through her stages. Like,
Still,
yeah,
that's the problem,
yeah.
honey.
She
You've
need to
been
go to
going through it
therapy.
for a minute.
She need to go to therapy. That's all. She need to
Yeah,
go to
she
therapy.
does need some
poor
therapy.
baby.
Some Ayana.
She needs some therapy. She done changed Katy Perry for the worse. Like I used to like Katy Perry until she turned
she
into a
influenced
Miley
Katy
twin.
Perry?
Yeah, she influenced Katy Perry. Poor thing. She probably made the song because of Miley kissed a girl. I guarantee they were kissing. I don't like that. I feel bad. Idiot.
Never mind. That was Madonna, Christina, and
Oh
Britney.
Oh,
yeah.
but
That's
now
a good
Madonna. Oh, child.
Yes. Well, speaking of Hollywood, so this occurred recently. This happened, which is amazing for me. I love this. Those of you who are in tune to the music industry and you love some good rap and hip hop, you know Meg Thee Stallion, right? You know Meg Thee Stallion. I like me some Meg.
I know of
like the
Megan Thee
Big old
Stallion.
freak. Big
Yeah.
old, big old, big old, big old, big old, big old.
One
That's that
too.
song.
I love Meg. She looks amazing to me. She sounds amazing. I like her. I'm rooting for her. I really am. Now, recently, last week actually, a new song dropped by Meg called, you'll appreciate this, Hot Girl Summer.
Why would I appreciate that?
Because y'all, all the girls I know be talking about is Hot Girl Summer.
Nah, I
And
don't.
it's
You
not
don't.
just 'cause of
You
Megan.
don't ever
I'll
hear
wait
me
for the
talk about a
fall
hot girl summer. I'm too old for that.
Dang.
I
The
am.
wrong
said
crowd,
it with a
apparently.
serious
Too old. I'm serious. I'm too
She's
old
too
to be
old
running
for
around
that.
here talking about a hot girl summer. I'm a woman. I'm grown. Let's have a hot grown summer. How about that?
Well, okay, we
waiting
can.
for the
We'll
fall
talk
summer.
to.
A grown and responsible son.
Shit, I got shit to do.
Well, the only reason I bring, apparently I shouldn't have brought this one up. The only reason I bring up Hot Girl Summer is because, well, first of all, it's a good song. I just heard it today, actually. But she united with Nicki Minaj. And what's his name?
Ty Dolla
Ty Dolla Sign.
Sign.
That's it. Ty Dolla Sign.
I'm happy
I'm about
about
to say
that.
T-Pain, Lord Jesus. And Ty Dolla Sign to make this song. Now,
I thought
if
he
you
was-
watched Nicki's live IG a couple weeks ago, you would see that she did like a video where she brought on Meg because Meg was watching her IG, and they did like an hour-long communication session with everybody tuning in.
Right.
I watched it. It actually was really good. Nicki was trying to be like, the mentor
You know,
role,
I'm
giving
not.
her
I'm not a
feedback.
Nicki Minaj fan.
Well, but
I
this
am.
actually their chemistry
I'm not.
together is really good.
Nicki's chemistry is gonna be good with whomever she wants
It
it
is.
to
I
be
was about to
good
say
with at
whoever
the
she-
time.
right.
And
It's-
then,
yeah.
and then when she feel like,
If you don't like somebody, they chemistry ain't good. I don't like them.
Well, you know, sometimes they
Bars.
pretend. They pretend for the bag,
I,
for the
I
look.
like this because
I don't think it's genuine.
what the
Really?
the
I don't
friendship?
think. I don't think Nicki is genuine.
Oh, as a
With
person
her?
in general.
Oh, you saying genuine?
general.
Period. With Megan or with it just she's just not a genuine person. If you
Well,
look,
that's what Joe Button and his team was saying. They
Oh,
thought it
yeah,
was
I saw- yeah, I heard
calculated.
that.
She was doing
It's
for
very-
Brandon because Megan
Right.
is hot now, so she's trying to jump on
Which
that
could be
to keep
yeah.
her hot. But I'm like,
Okay.
Genuine.
What?
right? I'm
She's concerned about her
genuine.
career.
Exactly.
She's concerned
I don't
about
see
her
nothing
career.
wrong with that.
I don't listen. Do your thing.
Just when
I'm
it
just
goes
saying.
left is the problem. Like the Cardi B
It's
thing.
don't try to act
So do
like
you
you
think
like
it was a setup
somebody.
because Meg is the one. Supposedly, Meg is the one who initiated. I mean, according to the video, she's the one who said, "I'm coming out to LA next week." They weren't even talking about doing a song at the time. But after that
Nikki's
video,
story.
they
Nikki's
did meet
story
up.
is after the video, she didn't know about the song to that video.
Right.
And then she did
You
wrote
heard
the
it?
verse in like an hour. Yeah, I watched the Nikki's on her show. Then I
Yeah.
watched the debate between her and Joe Button.
And Joe Biden, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you heard about the video, right?
Yeah, I
The
saw
video
it in,
shoot. The cops shut it down because it was in Hollywood Hills, and it was they rented a house, but they didn't have the right permit and documentation. The production didn't do the right. They didn't cross the D's and dot the I's, basically.
They didn't cross the D's.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't cross the dicks. And what happens when you don't cross penises is it gets shut
in
down.
that
I was about
industry,
to say,
if you
that's
don't
technically
cross
right.
the D's,
I mean,
And it
you get
got
shut down.
down.
Got to
But they
cross the
found
Ds.
a location about 50 miles to the east, I think, of LA or Hollywood Hills.
To the east.
And they finished the video. So it will be coming out shortly.
I mean, I really want. I mean, I like Nicki, but I,
Who you
I
like
need-
better, Nicki or Cardi? Or Meg? Meg's new, but what you think?
I like Nicki.
not like a right
Nicki-
now, but overall.
Right now, overall,
'Cause- yeah.
I like the old Nicki, not the new Nicki.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cardi B. Only thing is, I mean, I know you can keep it real on your social media, but she just do too much for me. But I like her music.
Yeah.
But I do want them to come, sit down and collab with each other.
Nicki
They
and
both-
Cardi.
Yeah, they both can make great.
Well, they
music.
just
They
announced. They
could.
announced on the radio that Cardi's trying to do her own, not Ladies Night, not remake it, but she's trying to do a whole movement with a collaboration with a ton of female rappers.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
now the debate is who.
Is Nicki in that picture?
I mean,
Of course,
everybody-
probably not. If
Okay,
she,
I thought you were gonna
I
say
would
yeah.
hope.
I was
No,
surprised.
they didn't release names yet. I think she probably did a video or something. I didn't get a chance to research where they got that from. I just feel like the issue is that we as an audience are allowing the media or the machine to control the narrative in that it's always
Yeah.
one female. That's
Right.
the problem is not Nicki or anybody else she beefing with. The problem is we keep allowing there to be one.
Right.
Yeah, and we draw to all of the gossip about that. All of the we team up with whatever is the headline. I say we loosely, but the majority of people. That's
Right.
why it's always Nicki against somebody instead of all these amazing female rappers: Rhapsody, Dreezy, what's her name, Tierra Whack.
Yeah.
All these amazing new artists and stuff like that.
So I just don't understand the lack of support. Like, each of you are doing your own thing. Don't worry about who's racing to the top. Do your thing.
they don't get that.
You'll have your hits. You'll have your records. Support each other.
Say that again. I mean, and put it in all terms for entertainment.
Oh,
Because
entertainment.
actors definitely too need that advice a lot.
So,
Actors been going through. I have been out of the game for a while.
Because I preach
really
about
be
it every
tripping
day
like that?
on my
Oh, you be
social
going
media.
through Sharrie. You be going through.
I be preaching to people. I be like, look, support each other. It doesn't matter you know, when you get in your big role, that definitely was the topic this week, because I was talking to some people that was like, oh, well, they feel like if, you know, you 16 years or you 25 years in your career, you ain't get your big role, that's a problem. Listen here. God or whoever you believe in, when this comes time for you to get your big role, you get your big role. You know, you keep working hard. Everybody in Hollywood took forever. Let's look at Regina King, for example.
Well, yeah.
Now, 227 was before my time.
Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman,
I like her.
Taraji P.
And
Henson.
she just getting her Oscar nominations, Golden Globes, all that. So it's like it takes years to get recognition.
It'll take a while sometimes.
And they need, our young people need to understand the difference between longevity and a big break.
Exactly.
Because if you listen to a lot of major stars who've blown through millions and millions of dollars and now they work at Walmart, not that it's a shame, but what brought them there is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Exactly.
So you can focus on trying to get a big break, or you can focus on having long-term work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping yourself afloat.
Right.
Keeping yourself booked.
Right. That's
the difference in the principle that a lot of young actors don't. And I agree with you. Like I talk about it all the time, especially in our area, the DMV.
Oh, yes.
How, unity is necessary. And people see each other as competitors.
They do.
And, I
They
say
really
all the
do.
time, I don't have any competition. And
Right.
people, because of the machine and how we grew up, people take that left and think
Right.
I'm saying like I'm cocky, like I'm the best actor. What I mean is that I serve a guy who has already signed a destiny for me. So that means that nobody can take it from me.
Right.
That's
That's
right.
all I mean. That means that I'm not battling you. I'm battling myself
Right.
and my dedication to follow the will of God for my life. So if I go up for these roles and keep getting told no, then that just means those are
wasn't
not the
meant to
ones
be.
for me. But there are lessons
Right.
in going up,
Exactly.
And
there's
you learn
training
from
and
it.
going
Yeah.
into those auditions, and there's
Yeah.
networking that happens that things happen and transpire from that down the line.
Right.
That people don't focus on a lot of time. They focus on the now,
Which
the
is a
moment.
problem.
Exactly.
And if you shake this hand, and you'll get here.
Right.
I got numbers in my phone, and I'm telling you, that
Exactly.
doesn't mean those
Right.
numbers can do anything for me right now, or it doesn't mean that they can do what I think they can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or want to.
Yeah.
So people can tell you all day, Sharrie, I love your career. You know what? I had Beyonce in my office yesterday, and they can throw names out all they want, and they could really be best friends with so and so person. That doesn't mean so and so person will do
gonna help
anything for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so a lot of
Which
young
is
talent
true.
and naive talent get caught up in that, especially these modeling companies. And once you
Exactly.
pay millions of dollars for a meeting
Wasting
or audition, they
so much
try
money.
to throw names
Yeah.
at
John
you. They say,
Casablanca.
I
Scam.
went to 2
That's-
years.
"What's the
John
other one?
Casablanca.
What's their name?
And
It's a number."
And
You
that
know what I'm talking
Disney
about?
one that be
Oh,
on the
yes.
radio.
That one.
Scam.
Scam. What's the
Scam.
other one?
You talking about?
I feel like it's-
They
I feel
always
like it's
reach out to
7
me.
or something. It's a number and it's
a
spelled out.
talent agency.
9.
Definitely the 9.
9.
Scam.
No, it's a
Don't
scam.
you do it.
Scam.
9.
Don't
Nine.
you do
Yeah.
it.
Listen to us. Scam.
Now,
Well,
there's a
I know-
difference between investing in your career and
Yeah.
scams. You know?
Well, I will say
Catch me in Sharrie
I do
seminar
know two
our
people.
conference. We're gonna tell you about that.
I do know two artists who are with 9. Well, I will say this: it's not hashtag a scam, but it's not worth your money. Because all you're doing is paying people who sit behind a computer to help find you jobs, which you can find yourself online, or sign up for Dragon Connects or whatever sites you want to sign up for.
Right.
Sign up for those because they're doing the job for you and you're paying them. So
And if
that's all you're doing.
and if
People, you
got
don't
an
pay your
agent-
agent until you get booked for a gig.
Right.
Their
That's
job
right.
is
That's
to
the
get
difference.
Exactly. And to add note on, you could still have an agent. You could be with Perndine. You could be with creative artists, and you still got to find your own work.
Exactly. That's the grind, people.
Well, let's talk about agent. Well, I want JoJo to talk about agent because I think she had a good one. Talking about being signed or with.
Well, yeah, SAG. When do you feel like? I know when I feel like it's a good time to be SAG, but what is your take, the both of you, your take on a good time to become SAG?
Go ahead, Sharrie.
I know for me, like, I had so many setbacks. Things happen for a reason in my life and in this career. So I feel like I am ready to join SAG. But once I start, saving the money, at least $1,000,
Right.
I put it towards it. So
Right.
within the next couple of weeks and months, I definitely join. And I just talked to them like a couple of days ago, and they said that if you miss a payment and you book a job, you still got to pay that last payment to get cleared for that one.
Really?
As long as you
Wow.
pay it off in 6 months,
Right.
you good. Now, say if you don't pay it off in 6 months. If you don't pay it off in 6 months, they keep your money, and then you got to reinstate, and then you got to start fresh.
Oh no.
So
you
it's
gotta
like,
prepare
you
yourself
better
for
pay that
that.
in 6
You gotta
months.
prepare yourself for that.
So I would
That's good
definitely
to know.
join when you feel like you got enough credits underneath your belt, and it doesn't matter if you got co-stars. It doesn't matter if you got,
All
big
background.
movies. Yeah,
Right.
like
Are you SAG?
I will soon. Definitely
What
will
you
soon.
say?
I will be joining soon.
Okay. So for me, I just became SAG like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you. Hallelujah. So what
You get the
happened-
good food on set.
Come on, come on.
Yes.
Well, depending on which production you
What,
in,
that's
what
true,
is it?
that's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
that's
It'd be the same
A
food.
granola bar and a bag of chips.
I
We
don't
give
have
lucky.
any
priority.
complaints about any projects that have had
I don't
SAG
either.
on them and non-union.
Right.
It's the other projects where you get it's questionable. But
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not. But see, I'm not picky either. But that's another story. But still, I don't feel like I've been eating scraps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been anyway. So so with union, let's see. I became eligible because you need 3 SAG vouchers.
Right.
That means you have to work a project that is classified as SAG.
Eligible. Yeah.
So you can be non-union and still work a SAG project and still not get a SAG voucher for that day.
Right.
Is
So that's another detail you need to know as well. So you can work a big movie that's SAG for Marvel or something, right? That's automatically SAG. But if you're non-union, there's still a stack of non-union vouchers and a stack of union vouchers. So that's a whole different, separate conversation of how you can network to get a SAG voucher. But I ended up getting 3 from a superhero movie that was supposed to come out this year, but it's coming out
2020.
next year.
2020. All right.
I won't say any names, you know.
Uh-oh.
But so I had one from House of Cards back in the day before I even knew about union, what it was. And I have a friend, I call him my uncle, grew up in my church. He's been union for over like 25 years. So he schooled me on union back when I was young, and stuff didn't click. I also have a distant cousin who has been union for a very long time as well. So the bottom line is, I felt like
That cousin we talked about the last time
not Chris
Okay.
Tucker. No, but I have 2 because Chris Tucker's I'll be looking for you at the reunion.
Hello.
It's in Athens in 2021. Anyway, so when I wanted to, if it was up to me and I had the money, I would have joined SAG as soon as I got eligible, which was last summer, right? But I didn't have the money, so I'm like, how am I gonna raise this money? So what happens? The reality is you're on these sets, and you're working all these days, and you're non-union, so you're only making a certain amount of money cap, right? But if you are union, then not only are you in a higher pay grade off top, even being an extra, but then when you get pay bumps is extra. Then when it's double overtime is extra. Then the food is separate food, and you get to check in and check out early. Then it's too many perks. Then you get residual. Okay, so
you get wet pay, all that stuff.
small pay, hazard pay. So when I'm going back a little bit. I did a commercial for MGM Grand, and I was non-union, and I got paid for the price that I was supposed to get paid for that gig, right? So I come home like a month later, and I get a letter in the mail, and when I first read it, I thought they were saying they paid me too much and I owe them money, because they was like refund check something. I'm like, wait a minute. But when I read it, they were saying that this is another check that they got from me because the client paid me too late. They paid me after.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know none of this. I didn't know they had a deadline for this project that they had to pay us by. They didn't pay us. It was a union project. And so I wasn't union, but because it was a union project, all of us got a refund. I mean, a back pay check, a penalty check. I'm sorry, because they paid us late. I was like, if this is what's happening, and I'm not union. Imagine the
What it's
benefits
like.
that I'm missing, and I'm not union. So anyway, I sat down and I had to bite my pride. I was like, okay, I can keep going in this continuous cycle of driving Uber and doing this gig and that gig and staying non-union and not getting really paid what I should be. Or I can do what I need to do, which I technically don't want to do, is present it to my parents and ask for a loan.
Right.
So that's what I had to do. I had to persuade them the benefits of them giving me this money now, so that I can.
And how much
be in
was
union.
it?
So for me, it was 1,600, including what I owed from gigs from a certain window that you pay. I think it's every 6 months. So I only did regional. So I didn't do national, which would have been 3,000.
See, I'm doing national.
So, but what I can do is, so for example, I don't need to do national until, let's say I book something big in the other market, like let's LA, right? I book a big movie or a big TV show. That's when I will have to pay the difference to become national. Or I can do it now, but I wouldn't have to pay an additional 3,000 on top of the 1,600.
Which is
it already comes out of the 3,000.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that helped me a lot because I thought I was gonna have to kick. I'm like, because I'm going national, so I need to pay the 3,000, and that was a blockage for me. And when I understood, I called the union lady. She broke everything down, answered all the questions. I was like, wow, okay. So I can be regional now, which I am, and then when Spike Lee and them call me, then I'll have to pay the difference
at that time. But
when
we'll
they call me back.
We'll wait for that.
They hit their brother back. It's like no. So that I think it's different for different people. Like,
Exactly.
if you are married with kids and you have a regular job, I would say unless you rolling in dough, then I wouldn't suggest you join the union because number one, most filming happens during the weekday, Monday through Friday, especially major projects. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's very seldom you film a major project on a weekend.
On just a weekend.
Oh yeah.
In film and acting, maybe music videos and stuff, of course. You know, but film and television, and you're trying to be union, you gotta think about that. So if you have a regular job, then you're either gonna waste your money or you got money to, to do that.
Well,
all power to you if you do. But
that's the only reason why I didn't join, because I became eligible based on my projects. The problem for me at the time was my first start in this industry was more modeling. The first 3 or 4 years, and then 2 reality shows. So for me, I didn't want to be.
I'm on Love and Hip Hop.
I didn't want to. Not that one, Lord Jesus. I didn't want to be like known as like, oh, you did reality, so you're no, that's not me. Yes, I did, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I want to be known as. So I did do different acting jobs, obviously, to get my name.
Reality shows.
One was called Finding My Father.
Okay.
And then, which is exactly what it sounds like, on TV. And then the other one was on ABC. That one just aired 3 years ago, called Vacation Creation. So, 2 different shows, but different story. Now, the thing with acting is, like you were just saying, you spoke right on it, and that was my point, was I don't have as much time as I would love to invest in it, because I work government full-time, government contracting. So I work 45 hours at least a week. And you know how it is. I'm sure you work more. She works in HR, so we got
this
full-time
phone
jobs.
She on
now.
lunch break
She
right
about to
now.
go back. That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard, and like as much as we both love the industry and want to do it, like weekends are great, awesome. Yeah, like of course I would love to do whatever I can do on the weekends. But if you're not going to, like you said, if you're not rolling in the money, or you have money to cough up for nothing, then don't do it, because you're not going to be able to dedicate your time to those projects, and it's not fair to you or them, and you're just wasting everything. You're wasting everyone's time at that point. But if you can find opportunities that will work, obviously go for those.
And I know people that see, I'm doing national because my agent is in New York, and plus it shows up there that I want to get up there too. So I'm gonna fight harder to.
See, she has an agent.
They keep. Yeah, they legit. Like they legit. It took me like 50 emails.
Yeah.
I said that last time, my first interview. 50 emails, and it's crazy because before I go back to that, those agents that I hit up, sending the same email over and over again, they just hit me up now. I'm just like,
really?
It'd be like that.
I'm like, what?
Probably backed up.
That's why I tell people, you never know what
backed
time
up.
things will come around.
But yeah, I know people that join SAG, and now they just sitting in there, and then I be seeing them, they complain online like, oh, ain't no jobs. Listen here, you sitting non-union, you sitting union.
Right.
You just got to fight harder. You
fight
got
hard
to
for
rebrand yourself.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till we get the headshot session on this show today, because that's what I want to talk about. That issue
that's
right
next.
there. Yeah, that issue.
That's
Anybody
next.
who sits and waits for something to come to them will be stressed, no matter what
I know
field
for
you are
me,
in.
I know for me, the reason why I never joined was when I was like really headstrong and like focused on the acting. This was years ago. It was very, very seldom that anything SAG came through here or even near here.
Right.
It was always non-union.
Yeah.
And once you're
That's
SAG,
true.
you can't do non-union.
Well, that's
Right.
not
So-
true. You can do. It's an option for you to do both.
Now? Well, now that's
Oh,
now.
you did say
Not
that.
commercials though, not
Yeah.
commercials.
That's
Commercials,
now.
you
I
can't
But
was
when
saying,
I was
before
doing this,
wasn't
it
like
was
that.
you cannot.
Yeah, you couldn't do both.
So to me, it just didn't make sense to become SAG and really be like, well, shit, I can't move.
Right.
I can't build my resume. I
Right.
can't
It's
get
hard.
the experience
That's
because
true.
Yeah.
I don't have the opportunity to, which
Yep.
is why I didn't do it back then.
Right.
And I would advise somebody if they're in that position now to not do it as well. If only if acting is your main
Right.
focus
and goal.
and like the only thing
Right.
you feel like you're called to do in
Right.
entertainment. You get what I'm saying? Like, whereas for me, I'll give you the reality of like I joined SAG a month ago. However, I haven't worked the SAG project yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm
Takes
in the
time.
union,
Right.
But if I had joined the union back in that superhero movie,
Right.
I made 4,000 in that movie, and I didn't even work all the days. I was booked for 24 days. I ended up working like 19, so I took home probably around 4,000.
Right.
But if I was SAG, because I also got featured in that movie, so I got a pay bump for that
Right.
day. So if I was SAG already, I would have. This one
That'd
guy I
have
was
been
talking
up.
to that was also, he had the same position as an extra as I did. He was walking out with 7,000.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, so, and I don't think he even worked as many days as I did.
Right.
You know, so
I
I would have
ain't
been
worked that many
I would
days
have been
on
pushing
there.
7
Right.
to 10,000,
Right.
just as an extra.
Which is
Right.
good.
And then I'm
Right.
like, so which was my argument to my parents, or my persuasion to my parents, like, you know, when the next, you know, so now it's been a month, and it's like, yeah. And then the other reality is I'm going back to school because, you know, I work in the school system, in the school, public schools. So Monday through Friday is about to be locked down.
Right.
School and
Right.
the after school program.
Right.
So now,
So
for the rest of the school year
I mean,
until June, I'm probably not gonna be able to touch
that's
a
what
SAG
I'm wondering.
project.
Like, what are you gonna? So
And
what
I'm
are
not
you
worried about
plan?
it
You're not
because
worried about it.
because
Okay.
I work in different fields of entertainment. That's what I was saying for those who are just actors. Then yeah, you don't want to do SAG until you know.
Right.
You know, but
That's
if
your
you
calling.
in different multi-talented in different lanes, you throw everything into everything else
Okay.
at the same
Well,
time.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was featured on there too. The same project he was on, and I got used less days, so I was like,
Wow.
they saved me to last and just used me on the last day.
Wow. Wow.
I was in a couple of other scenes, but I only got used 5 days. So they said we can't use you to, you know, your feature role. I was like,
Right.
all right, cool. But one thing I will add, because this is what I hate too from a lot of actors. Please don't say you know 50 Cent. Don't say you know all these celebrities.
Yeah, please don't
Look,
say you know
I
50
talk
Cent.
to celebrities on a regular, but I treat them as my colleagues and my
Right.
peers because I
Right.
will work with them soon.
Thank you.
But do
Right.
not say like, oh, they can get me a job. Listen here, you can have so many connections in this career, and they still won't help you. They know
and
who's
some of them
genuine.
can help you and still won't.
Yeah,
Right.
they
Hello.
gotta help themselves first. Like they
Don't
know.
try.
No, I'm
who's-
talking about the ones that can help and it
Oh,
won't
yeah.
even hurt. Like,
That's true, but they,
gotta give them the grandpa.
but they know who's genuine and they know who's thirsty.
Right.
Just after
and
them
if
for that.
you
Right.
genuine, like people be asking me all the time, like, "Yo, how you get such a comment on your stuff?" I was like, I mean, I'm supportive for them. They support
Right.
me.
Right.
I said, and I don't even hit them up for, hey, can you get me on this? No, I gotta work hard myself.
Right.
They work hard.
It's a job.
So I gotta work hard, but I
Right.
support them genuinely. But I just hate when actors are just saying like,
Name dropping.
yeah, and I got these connections. You can network all you want on these sets as a PA or whatever. You still ain't gonna get nowhere.
There's a
Right.
grind you gotta go through
They
in
work
a
hard
journey
just
for
as
you.
hard as you working hard,
Yep, that's true.
and you gotta put in the work.
Now I do want to flip it because I want to make sure we have enough time to get into both of your updates that you have going on. So another quick topic before we go into the updates. We're gonna try to make this one quicker. You talked about it, Sharrie. It's headshots.
Headshots.
Let's talk about headshots,
My favorite,
which are
my favorite.
very important. If you're in entertainment, make sure you get them.
I need to update
We about to go to
mine
church real
actually.
quick. We about to go to church real
Come
quick.
on.
So the first note that I bring up, and this is per a previous conversation that Sharrie and I had months ago, was people, I don't even want to say actors because to me they're not really actors, people who decide to use friends or non-professional photographers for getting headshots done rather than spending money and investing.
Get this straight. All right. So one, if you high yellow, Caucasian, Latino, look, if you're gonna use your friend, tell them don't overexpose you because we should be able to see you. Okay,
Right.
If you too high, y'all.
The glow up is real.
They overexpose you.
The glow
Okay,
is real.
your head shouldn't be chopped off. Like that's a big
Which
no-no.
is real, yeah.
Okay, I just kept it real with one of my homeboys, and he understood,
Yeah.
and he's new to making headshots. So I just said, hey, great headshots, but just make sure that you
don't chop it off.
But then he explained for her situation. I was like, all right, that's different. But he already know now.
What's her closure? Her closure was messed up.
No, it was.
I was thinking the same
thing.
thing.
That's what I thought she was going to.
No, he said
her
it was
situation.
sunlight, and sometimes that does happen because when I took my first headshots, like the lady said my hair was too bright and the sunlight did hit it, so she did have to chop it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But
most photographers can. A good photographer can tell during the shoot.
Yeah,
and they will adjust their light.
Usually,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And, no, you're cool. And then two, like make sure they don't look like model shots. A model shot is like this.
Well, yeah.
Or like this.
Yeah.
Actor's headshot is more like how are you doing your audition?
Right.
From waist up.
Right.
From the
From chest up. Yeah.
Upper torso.
Upper
torso. Yep.
Whatever you want to do. If
Right.
you have breasts or whatever, they up.
Or if not, just get my flat nips. It's okay.
And make sure that it's not wide, because if it's too wide, and I'm just looking at it from I'm not a casting director, but I'm just looking at it from a point of view from there.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at the beautiful trees over here, but I'm not paying
It's
attention
distracting.
to you. Yeah.
Those are better for what I've heard for theater. Those are better for theater auditions. Those type of shots, because I just got some done, and I love the far out, probably because I don't like myself close up, so I enjoy it being a little bit further away. I do, and they look much better than the close up ones, I think. But I would only use those for theater. I wouldn't use those for other auditions.
And you don't really, I mean,
well, it's not a headshot if it's showing more than the bottom of your chest.
No, it's here, but they have it widescreen, so you're like
the landscape.
So it gets more of the side view.
But I had so many debates with starting out actors who said, yo, that's a headshot. I said, no, that's a model shot, sweetie, okay?
A glamour shot.
There's a difference.
Like, it's a whole different. I said, if you put that on, Actors Access with, actors use this, platform to get auditions, they could tell a difference between what's a friend headshot and what's a real headshot. Now, if you go to your agent or your manager, and even if you don't have an agent or manager, go to people that know stuff. Don't go to the ones that got their friends to take the photos. Right. They try to say, come get my headshots from friends.
Right.
No, go to professional ones. Save up that money. If you can be on set being an extra for $200,
it's worth it.
You could save up and go to New York or whoever here and get some headshots for reasonable, because the first headshots I had was cool, but they look like model shots.
Right. I've been in the same situation. Yeah.
Then when I went to New York and got them done, huge difference.
Right.
Huge difference. And I was just like, dang, I was doing this all wrong.
And
that's okay.
How many did you choose from the available photos you had? From your album, if you will. How many did you choose as finals? I had a hard time.
I had 2.
Okay. I picked 6. Only because I was like, I like it. I chose 6. The problem I have now is I like them all so much. I'm like, oh my God. Now I have to figure out which ones to submit.
Every 2 auditions you sent, I got that.
I sent 2. Is it appropriate? Because I always send out 2 at a time.
This is what I was saying. Because I'm like you.
I don't want to overdo it.
I'm like you. When I take pictures, I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you're gonna do headshots in bulk with the print, like the glossy paper and the actual, print out the professional way that has your info, then pick one, because that's going to cost you money.
Well, yeah.
But I'm talking about in terms of digital submissions.
Yeah, I'm just talking about digital,
Man, look.
Is it appropriate
I apply
to do
for
more
39 things a day. And I have a good 3 or 4 headshots. But I have close headshots, and then I have ones that go a little bit below my chest that I like to have, my arms in it. Or they have, a lean in it, something like that. So I'll pick a close... a torso of the same shirt, and then so I have 4
I feel
that
better.
I go to.
Okay.
So I'll send 6.
6?
No. Listen. 6
Woo.
submissions.
But,
6 submissions. One headshot.
Got you.
So I'll use them all.
You'll
I just
rotate
like
them out.
Yeah.
But what I've started to notice now, more than where it used to be, just send your headshot. Now it seems like a lot of people are asking for your headshot and like
Full
a full
shot
body
and a
and,
snapshot.
and a
Yeah.
snapshot.
Well, I got all those
like
built
selfies
out.
or
Yeah,
something.
I definitely
good with that.
I
I'm good with
definitely
see that a lot now.
Yeah.
And they'll be specific saying
Yep.
with the date, it should be watermarked with today's date on
Right.
it.
Right.
Hold the photo up.
Yeah, hold
Because
the photo up,
they
yeah.
want you, they want to know what you look like when you show
Yeah.
up on set.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
people carrying around headshots from
With like 10
1952.
and like
Right.
the $10.
Like-
Hello.
I did that for the long. I used my senior portraits from high school as headshots.
Oh, shoot.
I graduated 2002.
At least they look
I
good.
lied to you not. It was
Yeah.
2006, and I was still using because I couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And I didn't know enough yet to network and get them
Right.
done yet.
Right.
So I was rocking them, and then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it's time to do something.
It's
Yeah.
a
So
shame.
that So
Yeah.
But this is what I don't understand, though. I have a lot of bragging friends, okay? Some of them used to be my friends.
don't we
now.
all?
And they say,
I know
oh,
what
I
you're talking
got
about. That's the bad
bread,
part.
I got
Uh-huh.
money. Okay, but if you got money, why are you getting your friend to do
Right.
the headshot?
Yeah.
Invest.
Everybody does that.
Invest.
Even rich celebrities still
That's what
take
I'm
stuff for
saying.
free.
I'm like, what the heck?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Do y'all know you can claim headshots on your taxes because it's a
Oh, we
part?
can?
Yes.
It's a part of your career. It's entertainment.
They say you could claim SAG too, by the way. I heard
Come
that.
on.
You better
Come
believe
on.
I'm claiming my
I heard
money
that.
on my damn taxes. And I love
Yeah, let me
those
go get
photos.
some headshots.
Expenses and
I'll
equipment
refer you.
and supplies.
But
I do need to update. I don't.
I just got our friend
shit,
Kiara.
when's the
She's
last
going
time
in a couple weeks.
Had
Yeah.
headshots done.
They say you're supposed to do
Child,
it every
was a
6
long
months.
time ago.
I do every
But
every 2
I don't-
years.
I don't
every
believe
2
that
years.
Has been
Come
here
on,
for
right.
5
I don't
years.
age
and
But
it's
the
not
rule
changing.
of thumb
so.
is you have to be honest to look at the picture and see how close you are to that
that
picture.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the rule
yeah,
of thumb.
yeah.
Not 6 months, but
Yeah.
do you look like real different from it? Then you
If
need
it's
to
a
get
year
it.
later, yeah. If it's a year and you look the same.
Then what she was saying, I do recommend every actor do go to like some modeling person,
Right.
professional one.
Yeah. Professional.
And get long shots.
full body
because
shot.
I have had
A full
long
body
shots
shot.
and they have work too. So definitely get long shots besides your headshot.
You
That's
need
my-
a full shoot. You need
Yeah.
a full
That's my
shoot.
only benefit.
Because
is I
they've
have
been
everything.
asking.
They do
They've been
ask for
asking.
No,
And that's why
absolutely.
it's no blueprint. Like different casting directors will ask for different things. Like some casting directors accept YouTube links. Some of
Yeah,
them
they do.
you
Yeah.
have to send a video directly through Dropbox or
Right.
what's the other one?
We transfer.
We transfer,
Yeah.
and it's another one. Or then some of them will say you can send a YouTube link, but it has to be unlisted.
Yeah.
Or it's so
It's so
many.
much.
It
Yeah,
gets
it's a lot.
frustrating
It's a
sometimes,
lot.
and that's people ask me, what is it hard being an actor, especially in the DMV
Yes.
area, or is it hard being an entertainer?
Right.
My answer is no. What's hard is the
Consistency.
no, what's hard is the administrative work that goes into it, the
That too.
tediousness of when you send an email, they may say, okay, out of the office till 5 days from now. You got to remember and note however you do it to be organized to know to go back.
Right.
If you're really serious and diligent to go back on that date or a day after that date to send that email. Then when they reply, they might be like, okay, let's do an interview
Right.
on such and such date. So then you got to plan. And if you're applying for 17 different gigs, then like Sharrie said, you can apply for 10 of them today,
Yeah.
and then 2 hit you right back. 6 of them hit you back 3 months from now,
Right.
and then
Exactly.
2 of them hit you back. Now my math is off, but 2 of them hit you back 2 years from now.
Right.
So you gotta keep that in mind too, so that doesn't frustrate you enough to give up.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just part of the process.
It
It's a
like-
grind.
Like definitely, I would say if you use actors assets, no matter if you have an agent on there or not, keep track of which headshots are getting you booked. Use that one the
Can you
most.
do actors access without having an
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, without having an agent, you definitely
Oh.
can still use it because
Okay.
you just pay $68 a year.
Right.
For SAG members now, it's like half off.
Uh-huh.
But 20% now. So you definitely keep track of all what type of headshot is getting you booked the most, and then like how mine
Right.
is set up. I actually keep track of every audition that I
Right.
go on from TV to film, industrial, and commercials together, and I keep track of all of them that I go on because if I don't book it,
Right.
I want to look back and say years from now, this how far I came.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just You have to build
Like
up
you
that progress.
could audition for shows that's in June. I mean that starts in the audition process in June.
Mm-hmm.
You may not even get on that show until like August or September because
Right.
a lot of shows are filming out of order now.
Right.
So
Oh, they are, yeah.
you sitting here waiting. You may like, all right, I forgot about that audition. And you're like, oh, you booked. Like,
Right.
Right.
Look for what?
Okay, I'll be there. All right, I'll be there. I don't know what I'm be there for, but I'll be there.
Now, based on this is I'm like making it seem like I'm touching on what we just talked about, but I'm not. Based on the time, I want to make sure we have enough time to show the clip that we have, which represents both of you, before we get into before we leave.
This how you mashed it up. I want to see.
Well, and this is the thing I really want to know. I want to hear from both of you what's been going on. So I've seen yours. Now I want to know the details behind the scenes of all this. So we're going to watch a quick clip for those of you who are tuning in to get to know more about Brother Calvin and Sharrie over here and knowing about what's going on currently and maybe more recently in their projects. So we're going to show a quick...
I did not tell you. I'm
What?
still at work.
Oh, Lord. She getting phone calls.
Go ahead, Justin. Go.
She getting phone calls.
Hey,
I'm sorry. Hello?
You bring her a break?
No, I'm really.
I'm on
So, yeah,
lunch
we're-
break. She on lunch
Tell
break.
them.
I
We're
don't get a
gonna-
lunch break.
Conference call.
Yeah, we're ready. So we're going to go ahead and show y'all a quick clip and we're going to come right back in just a minute.
You ever walk down the street and just think, what will happen next here? Thousands of people go missing every day, and most cases become unsolved because the cops gave up looking for them. The politicians only care about money and not important issues in the city. Nobody missing should go unnoticed. What happens next? Who will find them?
Where did they take Carla? Why did your family take her? You're gonna give me answers. Why did they pay the cop to kidnap her? Give me names. Write them down.
Look, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, all right? Look, my family has nothing to do with this. The people you want is Alicia, Donovan, Julian, and Zevin. That's it. You leave my family out of this, all right?
You lying to me?
You think I came all the way down here to lie to you?
You might. You need to understand that my team and I will take your family down. You better pray she's alive when we find her.
Or what? You better pray you get the evidence.
Seems like yesterday I was applying for next year's courses and looking up book prices.
I know, right? 4 years fly by and then we're just dropped into the world from 12,000 feet up. No parachutes to slow us down, just a diploma and a pat on the back.
That's not all they gave us. You're doing great. You want me to let go?
I could have fallen on my own, you know. I didn't need you to help me with that. Oh, God.
Baby. killed her. He took her from me. He framed me. That's why I was in prison. You didn't see, I was in prison. Yeah, you got my story.
Yeah, we do have a lot to discuss.
It's on my website.
Yeah, 10 minutes. We shut
she had
down
a
to 2.
heart
You don't
attack
really
or
know what's going on because we really
I'm
cut it
glad
close.
You did it like a
Yeah.
That's what I had thought.
There's a lot to discuss in such a little bit of time, so I definitely want to shoot it over first to Sharrie.
Come on.
Sharrie, let's talk about your film that's coming out, right? So I want you to first talk about everything regarding the film, the moments as far as castings. I think you were still working on some areas of casting for it as well, but let's talk about it. All sorts of production.
Well, I wrote this back in 2017, and I was gonna produce it last year, but so much happened, so I said I back shelved it.
Right.
So then this year I decided to do it again. And this time I decided to take a different approach from it and just do an Indiegogo. Indiegogo is like a platform that filmmakers use to raise money for their films. And it's flexible. So if you don't raise all your funds, you still get your funds.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I set the goal for 6,000, but we raised only 3,000. But of course they got to take their cut out. So basically you saying 2,400.
Right.
But at the same time so what I did with that, the clips that you just saw was actually smart because at first I was like, when I was donating the stuff, I was like, okay, I want to see the product before I even donate to it. I don't know if I'm donating to like a project that's horrible or whatever. So I said, all right, I'm gonna do a visual one with this time. My last project I did something like this, didn't raise that much, and then a lot of people didn't know me at that time either. So my audience grew. And I decided to do a visual effect. I did not realize when I did them clips with my friends that this would blow up. Like people was like, "Oh, it's interesting. I want to see it." Like it's people that's not even on the project that really want to see it, and I'm just like,
it looks really good.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about like what the production is about?
Yeah. So human trafficking is like a huge issue
Yes,
anywhere around the world, and they don't touch it much. And most of the human trafficking projects I've seen is they deal with sex trafficking. I'm dealing with the extortion side, from the drugs to the cricket cops to the mayor to their child getting kidnapped. It's a whole lot in this movie, all in like under 20 minutes. And it's crazy because when the cast and crew read it, they said there's a lot of substance in it. They said it's very thorough. I was like, well, I majored in criminal justice, so it's like I studied so much, and I did sex crimes, so I took most of that from what I learned, along with doing my research with it and watching other people projects. I said I just didn't want to do with the sex side of it.
Right.
So I want to keep it diverse as possible, and we film in October now, so we're gonna do back to back. We was gonna start in September, but I pushed it to October. And I'm excited to tell it because when you look at the script and then you look at the visual, I want the Baltimore feel.
Right.
Because when you see projects here, it's like bang bang shoot 'em up.
Yes, I always say that. It's the same.
Yeah.
So it's like
storyline.
I'm just one of them filmmakers that just want to tell great stories here.
Right.
I won't live here forever. Definitely not do my acting career here, but I want to bring all my projects here. I don't care if I'm making $1 million. I'm still going to bring my projects here. One, it's an artsy city.
Right.
Two, it's a lot of freedom. And I'm excited to work with people. It's like 30 plus heads on this cast.
Nice.
I had to shift a date last night. I was in my mind crying. My producers calling me like, "Hey, what's going on?" Because I said like emergency. But luckily, everybody bared with me, and we just shifted to October. And that's when you got a good cast and crew.
Yeah.
Positive vibes on set. And I told them I handpicked you.
Right.
But I also had some friends audition because I have never seen them in a role before.
Right.
So I had them audition, and that's one thing I do, and I preach about that all the time. I'm all about fairness. If you fit the role, you fit the role. I had people fuss me out lately because they want to get on the project, but they feel like I owe them a role. No, I don't owe you a role. You don't fit the story.
Yeah.
So I said, I saw you in the vision last year, but when I rewrote the script, you don't
That's
fit
what
it.
happens. Yeah.
I say it happens like that in Hollywood all the time. You can't cast your friends in the project. So I'm very excited to work with new actors and old actors. This is the first time I actually have a crew. Like, I'm not doing that much on my own.
Come on.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm sitting back with this a little bit.
That's
but
good.
I definitely wanted to touch on human trafficking because it's definitely an issue. So
It is.
And we look forward to seeing it.
I was watching something. First of all, I love football. That's why this is on. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I love football, but I was watching. What was I watching? Was it hard? Anyway, the wide receiver for the Panthers, he's English, and but his family is from Africa. He's Nigerian, and his family moved from Nigeria to London, and something happened with his mom. He didn't go into detail about what happened with his mom, but him and his sister were trafficked and taken from London to another part of Europe and separated. And he didn't have any family. He's like, I was put in a situation, somebody put me in a situation with people that I don't know, and I had to literally try to figure out how I was going to get. Long story short, he is now the wide receiver for the Panthers. How the hell he got over here, I don't know. But even just listening to that, like, it's true, and it happens, and it's not always sexual.
Exactly.
Like, somebody will just take you, and then
Just snatch somebody
everything
out.
that you once knew, you don't know anymore.
And one of the characters, she's a teenager, so your parents or whoever took care of you teach you, like, the cops are nice. So a cop does kidnap her. Her father is the mayor. Her mother like the
Wait, are you spoiling anything?
It's a little spoiler. It's okay. I mean, I'm the writer, so we cool. But her mother works for the drug force. So it's like, this what you see in Baltimore, this what you see all over. It's like a child gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah.
And she just waved to this cop, and she thought the cop was friendly.
Right.
The cop actually took her, but he was hired by somebody who really wanted her, her to get back at her family. That's how the situation ended up being,
Which we saw a little bit of it in the clip. Yeah.
Because at first it wasn't gonna be a cop that take her, but
It's a sad truth.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of life lessons in this story.
Do you have I know you're just getting ready to start the shooting part of production, the filming part. Do you have an anticipated release date that you're hoping for?
So this is the first time I'm doing a movie premiere. I mean, I know it's a short, but I'm also going to premiere with other shorts.
Oh, okay.
That's
good.
related
That's a good idea.
to different, awareness and stuff.
Yeah,
like from
that's a good
bullying
idea.
or something. But
That's good.
I'm gonna put it June 20th, hopefully at Towson.
Okay.
I don't want to do
Nice.
Hoist Theater,
Yeah, everybody does
I
Hoist.
don't want no shade.
Everybody
to,
does Hoist in
no-
Charles
Everyone does
Theater.
Hoist.
No
Yeah.
shade to
All my
anybody who
premieres
use
were at
it. It's
Charles
just
Theater.
I want to do Towson because I mean I heard that they got like little private theaters that nobody really go into just for the filmmakers. So,
Oh, nice. That's what's up.
So, I'm gonna save up for that, but I
It's called
definitely want to
Insight.
put it in there.
Insight.
Yeah, I had to call them people.
Right.
But that's I definitely gonna do June 20th for it.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So I'm gonna invite y'all on in.
Yes,
do some
absolutely.
interviews and
Of
have
course.
Absolutely.
I'm
Out
in
the box
there.
will be there. That's what we love. Red carpet. Did you see her last time? I still think about that.
Yes. My
She was
green.
ready. Her green dress
Yes,
on the red
like
carpet.
a damn
she was
Christmas
standing out.
She was
tree.
rocking it. She was rocking
But
it.
it
Red
looked really
carpet,
good.
green dress.
Come on, Christmas.
She was
Christmas
ready.
tree.
She was
Yeah.
ready. Okay, well, Calvin, let's shoot to you. So we're gonna, I think, cover two different areas because the
Okay.
production we saw, the short film. I want you to definitely talk about that.
Right.
But then also what's been going on now
Right.
as we speak. So let's talk about the film first because we did see a clip of that.
Right. So the film is called The Escape Movie by Rashid Dixon at Towson University. Shout out to him and the entire crew and cast.
Shouts
Um,
out.
It's about love, betrayal. It's a dramedy, but it's sci-fi. He was adamant about doing a sci-fi. That's why the colors are the way they are. So you can find that movie at www.calvinthespecialist.com. So yeah, that movie is a 10-minute short film, and it's self-explanatory technically. So basically, I'm being framed So I don't want to give out too many spoilers because it's only 10 minutes. So I'm being framed. So that's I was framed. But it's hilarious.
Somebody tricked
you're
him
gonna
and
laugh.
falling
It's
in love with
drama.
his
It's
grandmama.
action. So yeah, watch your friends. Okay. So what I want to get to is
Yes. What's happening?
So Full Bloom magazine.
Yes.
The August cover has yours truly on it, and what I wanted to do was highlight the male entertainers in the DMV that are really grinding and really progressing and really kicking the dust off of the industry, man. And so of course Justin and Jared are in the editorial on the inside.
It's an honor, yes.
Along with others. Shout out to the entire cast of that project. People know I have a heart for mentoring young male entertainers, specifically African American, especially in our city. But I just wanted to highlight the males. The women are always getting spreads, and if you go into a women's store, they have the entire store. We got like the Arachnator bathroom, So I like to highlight us because we do exist a little bit, So, but yeah, I wanted to just kick off the fall, introducing just some of the kings. There's a lot of people that couldn't be in it, and of course, we're just a few of the hundreds of DMV artists, male and female, who are out here really pushing for our dreams. So that's Full Bloom magazine. It's available now in print and digital.
Yes.
Holla at your Out the Box family, Jared and Justin on there. I'm on the cover, and I'm excited about that.
And I want to make a quick note. I know some of the donators are watching live with me. I just want to thank everybody who donated to this project for real.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Without them,
So
we're getting a lot done right now. It will go towards the project.
Yes.
But thank you so much. Just
Shout
thank you
out
who
to the
donated.
donators.
It
Yes.
means a lot. I'm
Yes.
grateful.
And thank y'all for always allowing me to come on. It's like my fourth time hanging out with y'all.
Now, on the way out, do you want to talk about what's been going on the tour that you're on? Because you are on a tour.
The theater tour.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm on the August theater tour right now. I just had my first lead role in a Broadway style musical.
Ooh,
in Godspell.
congratulations.
Thank you. It was Godspell. I played John the Baptist / Peter / George / a master and a bunch of other roles.
Wow.
Those who've seen the musical know it's a lot of switching roles and stuff. But John the Baptist was the main role. I had 3 vocal solos, which is big for me because I get flack for the vocals. I'm not really, my pitch accuracy is a little questionable. So it was a triumph for me to book a lead role that had lead vocals. So and I struggled through it, but I made it through, man, and I'm excited. Then I'm doing on the 24th, Nothing But the Truth gospel musical in Bowie. Then I close out the month with Love Letters to Black Women here in Baltimore. That's on August 31st.
These are all musicals or plays?
No,
theater?
Well, all theater.
All
yes.
theater. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the last 2 are stage plays.
Nice.
And
well,
some more. Holla at your boy, man. Check out the website. Oh, I'm nominated for Male Model of the Year for Atlantic City Fashion Week Awards.
Nice. Congratulations.
Just found out today. Please go on my page, find the link, and vote. Please, y'all. Vote. It goes down in September for Atlantic City Fashion Week. Top male model. You'll see my picture on there. It's real easy. You don't have to log in. Don't have to sign up. You just go on the first page, scroll down, click, and hit vote.
And what's your website again?
My website is www.calvinthespecialist.com.
Oh yeah, and the person that shot my film, I shot that piece was Wayne Hill. So go follow him. He did his thing on it. He did his thing. Everybody been asking who he was. So
Hey, Wayne
go follow
Hill.
Wayne Hill. Wayne Hill.
Nah.
He on my page. I always shout him out all the time. So
Nice.
he's my
Great
first
job,
AD
Wayne.
on this
Yeah.
project, and Kimmy A. She's my second
Kimmy.
AD. So I'm excited to work with everybody.
Nice.
And thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you
for
both
having
for
us.
coming. We really appreciate it, as always, keeping us in tune with what's going on.
This
out
is
there.
always fun to talk about.
We need to catch up more often. So we look forward to, we definitely look forward to following you on your tour and seeing all these different stage plays. I want to see how you sing. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, Sharrie, let us know. We ready to put our suits on, our dresses.
Yes.
Her in a suit, me in a dress. And we're absolutely ready to hit them the red carpet.
June 2020 is going down. There's going to be a lot of heads on this carpet.
ready.
That's all I'm going to say. A lot of heads. A lot of heads. It's a big cast and crew.
Ready. Yes. Well, thank you all for tuning in to another great edition of Out the Box Radio Show.
Out
We will
the
be
box.
back next week, next Thursday, at this very table. So we'll see you next week.
Go Ravens.
Thanks, guys.
Speaking of Ravens, so on the 29th.